Hello, Todd Morrow, founder of Lascasas. I'd like to take a couple minutes to give you a brief narrative of kind of a more human narrative of why we're doing this business to supplement the more analytical descriptions that I provided you with in the rest of the application. So right now I'm actually personally trying to find an apartment to rent. This isn't the first time I've done this. I've been living in Medellin for 2 years, and this is something that I've continuously found frustration in. Give you a very specific illustration of this frustration. This week, as I was walking down the street to find apartments, which is what I usually do because I have a hard time using the websites that are provided. So I actually have to go and walk the street and look for phone numbers in windows, which is very frustrating to begin with. But once I found a house that looked right, it was in the right neighborhood, it looked like it had the right qualities. I wrote down 6 phone numbers, because in the windows there were 6 different agencies representing that apartment. Went back to my office around 3 p.m. I called each of those 6 agencies. Nobody answered. Nobody answered. Period. Not even a voicemail. Nothing. One time I got a fax machine. I wasn't very surprised. Like I said, this isn't my first time looking for houses. I was actually kind of chuckled to myself. I then wrote them an email. I knew what would happen, but when I wrote it, I wouldn't get any responses. This is 3 days later, I still have 0 responses. This to me is the core of the problem. Kind of customer service in real estate is just not, it's honestly, it's terrible. It's beyond terrible. It's actually unbelievable. The core aspect of the company I want to create is a company founded on customer service. Yes, we're going to use technology to help us give better customer service, but it's the customer service that is going to define the company. I would like to give an illustration of a very specific way in which technology can facilitate customer service that may not be obvious. I worked for several years in a company called Zip Realty in the United States, and this is something that they did that I would be integrating into our vision. Every lead at Zip Realty, every form, every call, every email is entered into a system. That lead is then delegated to each agent. The amount of time it takes for each agent to respond to clients is measured, calculated, averaged, and transparent to the company. Alright, so I think just by saying to ourselves as a company, we really care about customer service, we have an objective way of measuring it, and we're going to hold each person in the company accountable for how well are they actually performing in those metrics. Really caring about measuring and improving that, for me, it would be the most important first thing I would do. Yes, we're going to use technology to aggregate data in a way that's never been done before. Yes, we're going to validate listings. There's you can read more about that in the PowerPoint. We're going to do a lot of things, but the center of what we're doing is creating a company, not just a website, around customer service. So I hope that hopefully fills in some of the cracks, and you have a better idea about what I'm trying to do here. Thank you very much for your time.